Let's go to some stock picks, Willem. Supergroup, the announcement out from them today. I think they're getting offered $3.50 Australian for their SG fleet. Supergroup, you pick.
We've been speaking the whole night about value over growth. With Supergroup, we tend to forget how the rump gets valued. SG Fleet makes up about 75 to 80% of Supergroup, which means on a PE basis, even though Supergroup looks on the JSE maybe a 6 times multiple, the rump's trading at 1.5 to 2. Now, these are businesses. It's SA dealerships, UK dealerships, it's a supply chain business in Africa, and it's fleet management in Africa, but are trading at 1 to 2 times forward earnings. And I think a deal like this, even if it does not come through, just reaffirms the fact that Supergroup is an incredibly cheap business. One times earnings is impossible. If the deal comes through, Supergroup has 20, 30, 40% upside to get your 3 PE. Again, compare that to Motus or CMH. The value is undeniable. So for me, this deal this morning is just a highlight, or just reaffirms the good parts of the Supergroup business and the incredible cheapness of the rump ex-SG Fleets Australia.
I take your point on that. Chantal, Mondi.
Yes, so Mondi's been a very disappointing performer over the last year or so. It's a pretty stable business, but with really strong kind of growth markets that they're feeding into. Sustainable packaging and corrugated boxing, I think from an e-commerce and an ESG perspective, will be well supported going forward. They're vertically integrated, so they own almost the entire supply chain. They've recently made a really solid acquisition that will see their footprint increase further, particularly in Europe. And then you have them having exited their Russia business recently and the market not reacting to it at all.
Yeah.
I think it's a core portfolio holding. It will give you decent growth over the long term. Definitely a long-term call here because momentum on the share price still remains quite negative. But you'll have a 5% dividend yield in hard currency terms to tide you over while you wait for the re-rating.
Yeah, I love that. Dividends paying you while you wait. We'll leave it there. That's all for tonight's Stock Watch. Thanks to our guest, Chantal Marx from FNB Wealth and Investments, going with Mondi, Willem Oldewage from Nitrogen Fund Managers, going with Supergroup. Up next to close, stay tuned.